but I know it's an agenda. This is not, it's not what it is cracked up to be. You know, it's not what, and that's just a way to keep us in that fear mindset. So it adds to the fear so that you're not even paying attention. You're like, oh my God, like it lowers your vibration so that you can continue to be
reactive.
What do you call that? Docile. So you can continue to be docile and controlled, and get your mind is just all messed up and distracts you from what's really going on with this plandemic stuff. You know, it's just like it's a lot, and it's hard to like say that to people, you know, especially when they're so programmed because they want to make it a debate and argue. You're not doing your part to save people, save in the safety of people. You're not, and they make you feel guilty. They make you feel like, no, like it's
well, because here's the bottom line: death and life are in the power of God's hand. So
absolutely,
whether it's COVID, whether it's cancer, whether it's the flu, whether it's the common cold,
man.
You know, people always want to hold somebody accountable for something. They want to play the blame game. So it's easier to do this than to just say, here, this is, I am doing my part. I'm responding to the conviction that's in my own heart.
Absolutely.
But that, though, for me personally, is the reminder. It affirms that this is a spiritual battle. This has nothing to do with what we see in the natural.
Absolutely.
Because there is, the awakening is the wheat and the tare must grow up together, and then they got to be separated. That is the awakening. So now we're at that place where the rubber meets the road. Yeah. We're here. So even though, I've been here with you this whole time, but something's different. So we can't keep going the same direction.
Absolutely.
I don't know what the discomfort is when something can't be categorized.
Right.
People can't pinpoint, put you in a box or a category. They get uncomfortable.
Well, that's because of the system. You know, that's
ridiculous.
Just the way this system is designed. Like, to use this is your number, it's your social security.
This is why I'm living outside y'all boxes.
Exactly.
You will never be able to box me. Ever again.
That's what I was going to say. I really appreciate this whole conversation.
Everything you've been feeling and thinking.
I think this and it's in my head. And it's like, you know, I'm not against, you know, religion or whatever, but it's like, it puts you in such a box that it's like, it's just so sad. It's like, okay. Of course, I'm not against God. I love God and stuff, but it's like this whole religious thing. It's like, okay, God help me.
Right, exactly.
Well, and for those who are Christians, so if you really read the Bible, the Christ you say you follow did not follow the traditions of men.
Not at all. Not in a.
And nowhere, there's nowhere you're gonna read in the Bible where he attended church every Sunday, where he wore suits all the time. You won't find that. He was with prostitutes. He healed people on the Sabbath day. He turned water into wine. I bet you he had a cup. So where did we get this from? Like, where?
That bothers me. Like, where did we get all this stuff from?
He followed the Father. He said, I'm about my Father's business. I'm not about y'all business.
And any way my Father wants to use me,
that's what I do.
Absolutely.
And that's my life. That's who I am.
Man.
Come on, you don't even know how to love yourself.
You don't know how to love yourself. What does that even mean? People toss that around. But if you don't not going on the inward journey, you're not gonna ever know. You're not gonna ever know what that means. And that means sometimes you're gonna have to take sacrifices and risk and fall in order to know what love is. It's gonna look kind of crazy, but you will find that what that means.
And you gotta be okay in being by yourself. You gotta be okay in being alone. I have walked away from friendships, relationships, positions, just to get alone with God in order to hear Him direct me so that I can find me. What do I like?
What do I believe?
What do I want in a man? What do I believe? Come on.
You gotta people don't ask these questions, and that's the problem. Like, what does love mean to me? What do I believe? What do I feel about the world? How do I feel about what I saw between my mom and dad? How do I feel about it's a whole other thing. It's more, people gotta take the inquiry, but because the religious doctrine has said do not question God, the people took that literally. And didn't take it went over their head and just like, no, you're not questioning God, you're questioning yourself. You're questioning your existence. You're not questioning, you're putting the question out there so that God can lead you to take you back to God.
So and the only way you can know the perfect will of God is you have to first ask the question to discover it. So there's something in you that should be asking God, what is your perfect will for me? If you don't ask that, then you're gonna create a life that mimics people around you because you don't know what God has for you. And so the perfect will, like there's the permissive will. So the permissive will is something that God gives us. That's our own will. That's the will he puts in us to choose. Then there's the prescriptive will. The prescriptive will that's the requirement. So those are things that God requires of us. So there's prescriptive, there's permissive, then there's the prohibited will of God. So when Moses went up into the mountain and he came back with the prohibited will. Don't kill, don't steal, don't lie. Those are things that God is telling you don't do. There's no gray in that. That was from God to man. Here's what God prohibited. But perfect, that's you. That's for you. And it's not going to look like what everybody else is doing. It's going to be different. It's going to be based off of your own personal relationship with a perfect God.
Praying to God, and just the way that you're praying, do you really even believe what you're saying? And it's like, why are you even talking to God like this? And I felt more comfortable with God being in my mess ups or what, because God wants to accept us as coming to him as who we really are. Who you really are.
You gotta be, because if you lying to yourself, how you gonna navigate the world? How you gonna tell the truth? How you gonna bring in what you need and whatever? If you lying to yourself,
you can't.
There has to be an honesty, because God already knows who you are.
And that's it, though. For me, I feel like for me to say that, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing.
Right?
It's your choice.
It's your choice. I'm not saying, but it's not my conviction. When it becomes my conviction, then I'll join you.
Absolutely.
Because they be like, oh, I got some links and some resources.
That's okay.
I know how to find links and resources if I need to get it.
But that's it. But that's part of the learned behavior. The programming is because people do not know how to be comfortable within themselves. That projection is how they live life. And it's not just with COVID. It's with everything. Everything. Oh, you didn't do that? Oh, no, I didn't.
That's why it's the journey of unbecoming.
Come on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The journey of unbecoming.
Yep.
Everything that our family put on us. Our peers. Our closest friends.
Yeah.
Maddie, what are you doing?
Taking up the love.
Huh? Are you taking offering? You taking offering for Zay? For her trip?
My teeth do, I know, right?
Nope.
Can I take all these rocks inside?
No.
Lucy thinks she's
No, because I hear clicks and I'm like, that's
the real deal.
I'm the professional.
I know, look at her. She's right there.
That's why we gotta get this thing leveled out.
It's kind of crazy that no one ever looks at my camera. And I'm the professional.
I just look at your camera. You take a picture of all.
Let's go with.
Oh my gosh. Let me move this.
Take a picture of it all, Rita.
Don't say it. Don't you say it.
Oh wait, we got Eric in the back.
Oh, you guys.
It's still loud.
I don't know, Rita. Turn it
I
off.
already turned it off, but it's still here.
Okay, here we go.
Why is
Ready?
my phone so loud? There must be
Oh,
something
this
in the
is
settings.
cute.
Let me do this one.
She's like, what? The little person on the outside.
It's kind of weird because
But
yeah.
not everybody.
If you can't listen to other people, that means you may not really be firm on
Right.
There you go.
No, that's exactly
good.
what I've always said. I love that.
stand on what you believe. Something about standing.
If you're allowing other people to shake with you,
Yes, yes.
That's not what
that's
that's
firm.
You maybe you're not firm in what you believe.
Yes.
You're allowing other people's perspectives to shape what you believe. You're not firm on what you believe.
Come on.
So you can't question.
You can't question.
Right. And we was talking.
Discussion with people.
Right.
About beliefs.
Right.
Then you're not.
Then
You're not firm in what
Right.
you believe.
Well, and I always like when people get really angry about something, and I'm like, why are you getting
Why are you
angry
angry?
about if it's your truth?
Your truth.
What is
Why?
making you angry?
That's why I said if we're debating, then you're not firm. I said something around that. If you got to debate with me and make it into an argument, that means you're trying to convince yourself.
Self.
That's
what it means.
It's like you're
Yes.
trying to using me as the scapegoat and trying to convince yourself and project onto me because you're unsure.
Right.
That ain't my
That's
issue.
what it is.
Yeah, that's not my problem.
Yeah. Have a great day, morning, night, whenever you are watching this video. And remember, this is so important, to become the best, the better version of yourself. All right, guys. Bye.
I don't need validation to tell me who I am. I have lived the situation